put the flip in Flipper Flix? I don't know, because I didn't finish the rest of the intro.
No.
I'm Sam.
Tell me about it, stud.
One of these days, maybe we'll figure it out.
Oh, gosh.
And I tried to reference an episode from last week. Because Sam was offended. Not offended. That's the wrong way. She was offended by Tell Me About It, stud. Because it makes no sense.
I wasn't offended by it. I was confused.
She was offended by it. Tim was there.
You heard it here first. I'm offended by it. So offended.
It wasn't even in that episode. Anyways, I'm out.
Just pops into.
All right. I guess I'm in.
Yes.
I am Tim. And we are on the social medias. Not just the one social media, but the other social media as well.
True.
Fact.
Known as Instagram and Twitter. You can find us. I guess it's just Flipper Flix, right? We determined it's just Flipper Flix. There's no.
Well, actually, we didn't talk to a Zoomer.
We still don't.
Or
We
not.
need to talk to. We need to talk to a Zoomer first.
That's true. That's true. Well, anyway, look for Flipper Flix. That's us. You can find our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and some other platforms. If you want to use other platforms, most people don't. I don't know. Maybe there's some weird ones out there.
We have like a few subscribers over on Podcast Addict.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't know that was one, and I found out we had subscribers there. So, hello, those from Podcast Addict.
There you go. We have a website, flipperflix.com, and we release episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless it's a bonus episode, which you can find out if we're going to have those or what we're doing for the week by following us on our social medias. You can also give us recommendations on the website, chat us up, Instagram and Twitter. Mostly Sam, probably Adam. Definitely not me.
Oh, it might be me. I would say it's pretty 50-50 if it's one of it.
There has been a changing of the guard. I don't go on there anymore. It's too hard. I give up.
Yeah.
I put my time in.
You gave up. Yeah. That's fair.
So it's Adam these days.
Anyway, on to you, Adam.
Oh, yeah, that's me. My name is Adam.
You.
Hi.
Did you say your name? Have you said your name? What's your name?
Danny Zuko.
State your name. State your purpose.
Well, speaking of names, that's a really good way to move into this next topic of the film that I selected that has a box office buzz called The Legend of Hercules. Let me just read the synopsis here.
Okay.
For my box office bust.
What's a box office bust?
A box office bust is when a film does not reach its.
That's a box office bust.
Okay. That was a puke noise, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say what I was gonna say was when it does not reach its budget via its box office. And what's interesting is movies that sometimes, like, say a movie makes 50 million and the budget was 45 million.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's considered a bust because there are hidden costs that weren't in the production budget, such as marketing. So yeah, that's why like John Carter is considered the biggest bust in the world because they put a fuckload of marketing on that movie. But anyways, I did not choose John Carter. I chose The Legend of Hercules, which the third word in this is false.
Oh no.
The mythical Greek hero, first off, Hercules is not a Greek hero. He's a Roman hero.
Mm-hmm.
Is he even a hero? I thought he was a demigod.
He's a demigod. Yeah, that's another thing that I've got concern about. But he is exiled by his cruel stepfather, didn't know he had that, and must use his extraordinary strength to fight his way back to his kingdom. So, yeah, this one is a bust. The budget was $70 million. All right. Now, before I watched this movie, I would have been like, it probably made like 30 million in the box office. After watching this movie, I will talk about that later, but it made 61.3 million in the box office. Yeah. Tim, when we first sent it to you, you had some great commentary on on just the picture alone. So I just wanted to bring it up. I'll let you get to it. I'll get into my expectations since I picked it, but I want to talk about that. So The Legend of
Yeah.
Hercules, I had heard of this movie. Sam and I had watched trailers for it back in 2014 because there was 2 Hercules movies coming out.
At the same time.
One with
Well, that's weird.
Dwayne Johnson as Hercules and this one with Kellen Lutz. I was interested in both. I'm always interested in this era. I love, is it considered period?
Yeah, I guess.
Like
Yeah,
fantasy,
sure.
like this, like throw me into Troy, gonna have a good time, stuff like that.
Historical
Immortals,
fiction.
historical fiction, yes. Like Immortals, I can have fun with that one too. So there was a little interest in here, but I heard it did terribly, so I was like, okay. But then I noticed the box office wasn't that much less, so I was like, interesting. So I was like, maybe it's not as bad as I expected. So that's what I was kind of going in with. Now, Tim,
hmm
I kind of opened the door for you with the poster, so I'm curious about what your expectations fully were.
Real bad. Real bad. I mean, hardcore judge a book by its cover with this one. I saw that poster or the one you sent me. And I was like, man, this is gonna be just absolute trash.
What?
Just by looking at that, I'm like, no wonder I've never heard of this movie. Yeah, I was not looking forward to this one at all, which is a little odd because it should be right up my alley.
Right, like you and I know that you and we can state that we're huge 300 fans, and we have been
Yeah.
since the movie came out.
Yep.
Saw
Saw it multiple times in theaters. Yeah.
I know Sam likes it, but I think I showed you the movie 300.
Correct.
So that's why I was trying to. You obviously like it too, last I checked.
That movie's trash. Why would you tell me that I like that movie?
Now I know you think that about 300 Rise of an Empire.
Fuck yeah, is that the second one?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one sucks. The
that
first
one
one's
was
good.
okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Tim, you were very excited. I could tell you're like,
So
this is probably going to be
excited.
the movie of the
Super.
season.
Yeah.
But what about you, Sam?
Oh my. Well, I remember at the time, you're kind of riding the Twilight phase. So you're like, oh, Kellen Lutz, he's going to have a career after Twilight. He's a muscly man. It makes sense that he would play Hercules. And then you hear that, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is playing Hercules for the same movie. And I always find that really funny that, like, I don't know. It almost feels like Hollywood has, like, a pissing contest of, like, who can put out the Hercules movie first? Because, like,
Yeah.
this is not the first time that, like, the same movie and
No, it happens a lot.
yeah, like a lot. So
I can go into that. Do you want me to?
no, because I'm in the middle of my expectations.
Okay,
but
I'll
hold your
pause. I'll
thought.
pause.
Yeah. So anyway, I saw neither of them, but I am
Double pass on our part.
yeah, double pass. But I am a huge Greek and Roman person. I like epics and period pieces. That being said, oh god, I was not excited for it either. I was like,
I was excited to talk about it.
yeah, does that count? I was not excited for the movie, but I was excited
No, that
to talk
doesn't.
to talk with you guys about it. Anyway, so tell us about the Hollywood situation.
I know that the first time I know this occurred is in the 90s. Tombstone comes out
Okay.
about our best friend Wyatt Earp. Probably better known as Wyatt Earp, but Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp is also a movie. There are 2 separate films. Came out in the same year. Another time that happened, Madagascar and Into the Wild. I think that is
I
the
remember that.
Disney version of Madagascar. Those came out at the same time. Jungle Book. Did you know that when Jungle Book in 2015, when they released, I think it was 2016, when they released the live action Jungle Book, they were making another one. Actor who plays Gollum,
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, was directing the other one. It actually ended up getting delayed. Another instance is Pinocchio. So Guillermo del Toro is having his version, and then Disney's having their version of it coming out.
Sounds a lot like Disney's being an asshole.
Yeah, kind of.
In all of those examples, like besides
this one.
Tombstone and this one, it was Disney being an asshole. It sounded like a lot of the time.
Yeah, they typically win too, but not against Madagascar.
Because I was gonna say, like,
Madagascar thrashed them.
that movie's a classic. Go listen to our Madagascar 2 episode. But no,
Escape to Africa.
I just wonder, it does, especially in those examples, make it seem like it is a pissing contest where Disney hears about it and they're like, fuck you, we're gonna make our own.
Yeah.
It's our property, we're gonna do it.
Well, it's not even, it's not their property though.
I know, but like a lot of people
Yeah. There's a new Pooh Bear
associate
movie
it.
coming out.
By Disney?
No, they went, what's it when anybody can use it?
Open source.
It's not, that's code. Anyways, it's anybody can use it now because Disney hasn't created content with Pooh Bear in the title or something like that. A whole bunch of shit happens with like Mickey Mouse and they have to make sure that
Is it gonna be a horror flick?
they are making a horror flick
Of
of
Pooh Bear?
Pooh Bear
Oh no!
where Pooh
That's
Bear
amazing.
and Piglet murder people.
That's
Oh my
amazing.
I'll have to send you the link, Tim, because I think you'll find it, just the cover of it, hilarious.
We gotta remember that one for the pod.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It's currently in production. I don't remember what it... Anyways, so my big beef is Hercules is Roman. Heracles is the Greek name, but Disney royally fucked that in the 2000, I think, or 1999.
Whenever the animated version came out.
The animated version of Hercules came out because Heracles did not sound as good in a song. So now we have...
Please. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
While I agree with them, they royally fucked an entire generations of understanding that his name is not Hercules in Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And there, I will get off on my beef for now.
For now. Great.
My soapbox of beef on naming conventions.
Mm.
All right, so how do we want to start with this one? We all clearly were very excited and thought it was going to be the most wonderful film ever.
Well, let's talk about how the opening fight scene is very much like trying to be 300.
No, it's trying to be Troy.
Well, I was gonna
It's
say
a
like
mix because it's very inspired by 300 as hell.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
All the slow motion shit throughout the movie
Yeah.
is like try hard.
Oh yeah.
300
Oh yeah.
style.
Yeah.
The fighting even.
That's what I thought. Like the first scene particularly, I was like, holy shit. Like they're not even trying to hide it.
Oh, I thought you were trying
Right.
to say like they were doing like the 1v1 me, which is what they do in Troy,
Yeah.
where Achilles goes
Oh,
and
well,
stabs the
yeah.
fucker.
That was
Mhm.
just cringe, but
That was so. Wait, are you saying Troy was cringe?
no.
Oh, okay.
It was well done in Troy. It was well done in
Many other
man,
movies.
I can't. Many other movies. Yeah, I was gonna start naming them, but there was one specifically that fairly recently was a really good movie that
Tip of the tongue.
did shit.
Tip of the tongue.
But it did it really well. Like it was very realistic and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, this one
Yes.
was terrible. Like for some reason, this dude has like superhuman strength, right?
Like he's like a demi-god.
Yeah.
Like, he's like 1/4 god.
Yeah.
But like we're gonna just jump around this one.
That's fine.
Hercules, I'm gonna call him by his name in the movie because I will forget eventually and it'll just be easier.
Mhm.
Which is my big beef. Hercules doesn't actually have like godlike strength until
not.
like 2/3 of the way through the movie,
Yeah.
which he is strong for sure. He wrestles a lion.
Yeah, which is bullshit. But anyway, you're like, oh, so he already has his strength.
Nope. It-
Yeah.
Are you saying it's bullshit that he can do it without the strength?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, okay. Yeah. Because I was going to
The-
say, like, how does he even is he born with the strength?
I thought he was.
I thought it was too.
I'm telling you guys.
He
both-
probably has to be because, like, if the Nemean lion is his first labor, how else would he kill it if he wasn't strong? You know what I mean?
Right.
You
So,
cannot,
like,
there is not a person alive that could convince me that you could squeeze a lion's neck hard enough to break its neck. There is not a person alive that could do that.
exactly. Yeah. So he has to already have his strength. Like,
yeah.
for some reason, I was like, I was trying to give this movie props and be like, well, maybe he uses his labors to get the strength, so it's like a later in life
Yeah.
thing. But I don't think that that's true.
Yeah.
I think they just, forgot. I'm just kidding.
No, Sam was commentating through this movie, Tim, and she was just like, he kills the lion. She's like, holy shit, are they going to actually do the labors?
Yeah, I was actually like really excited.
That's where I was going with it too. I was like, damn, all right.
All right, so we're going to be, nope. Love story.
We veer off quickly.
It's a fucking love story.
Very quickly.
Yeah, to a terribly written love story.
All right. It gets funnier because so he is the son of Zeus, also known as the wind. His mom is fucked by the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Better than when Zeus turns into a goose and convinces somebody to have sex with him. Still confused by that. He does turn into a bull at one point, and then he gets Eurydice? No, not Eurydice. Who is it? It starts with an E, I thought. Europa turned into a cow because of that. He just could not keep it in his pants. Anyways, so son of Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that the main girl, Hebe, I don't know how to say her name, Hebe, is the daughter of Zeus and Hera.
Oh.
She is a goddess of, what is she a goddess of? Of eternal youth.
Oh.
Like the name Hebe is, or Hebe or Heb. Hebe. Okay.
That's how they were saying it, I'm pretty sure.
All right. We'll go with Hebe. So Hebe is the goddess of eternal youth, which means they are half siblings.
Yeah.
But I don't think in this case that's true, but it was weird. Like, I'm curious how often that was in like Greek mythology. People were named after the gods.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I would say that
it probably happened pretty often.
I would say Heracles is named after Hera.
Yeah, maybe.
That could be.
In this telling of the story, Hera comes down and she's like, and his name's going to be Heracles.
Well, she says Hercules, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get where you're going with it. I agree, probably.
Yeah. I'm still grumpy. I'll be grumpy the whole time.
That's fine.
One of the things that I thought was funny was when she is having a good time with Zeus. The guy comes in and he's like, who did this? And there's like this big storm happening. And it's like, who do you think? Like,
yeah, it's so weird. He's like looking for I think he even kills somebody in there.
He does, yeah.
Oh, he does.
And he's like looking for a person. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Didn't you see she was fucking the wind?
Yeah, come on, man. I mean, you had to have heard the stories of Zeus and his escapades by this point, right? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Now. Or at least the big ass lightning storm should be like, maybe there's something divine happening here.
It would have made more sense like if he was if he didn't believe in the Greek gods.
Yeah. Which
he kind of like rejects the idea of them,
yeah.
He does. Yeah,
actually so they get a pass on that. I retract my beef because he does say something about like your mother's gods or whatever. So
yeah.
Maybe he is uneducated in Zeus.
In Zeus fuckery.
Yeah.
But so what are our thoughts on Kellen Lutz's physique alone? Like, Tim, what would you say in like body mass alone?
Body mass alone. Is that Hercules?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's, in shape.
I'd say that he only works out his glamour muscles.
Yeah, you say that, but they actually. So when he got the role, he goes to the director and he's like, "Okay, I want to get like ripped as shit. Like, I know I'm like I'm in shape, but like I want to get like grossly strong." And he's like, "No." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "I want you to work out your abs, because like we're doing."
Well, abs sell, yeah.
All right, so it gets funnier. This movie was released in 3D.
Oh no!
So the director was like, the abs in 3D are gonna look dope as shit. So work out your abs.
Oh my!
It gets funnier. Sam will eventually bring up the tunics being too short. Not too short, but very short.
I didn't have that as a note.
But all the men had to shave their legs because the hair on the hair on the man dude's legs were coming up weird in 3D.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they all had to shave their legs because their hair looked weird on camera.
I see.
But yeah, Sam was making fun of the tunic lengths.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I have a little bit of beef with the tunics. So the brother's tunic looks like a mini skirt at one point, and I'm just like, is it just that
Iphicles.
like is it really short, or is it that he has like long legs, or what's going on there? And then
No, it was short.
like later on, his dad has the same issue, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a costuming thing. And then at one point, Hercules is wearing a tunic as well. I think it's when he's like fighting it, like he won his freedom back, and he's like in the villages, and it just straight up looks like he was wearing a t-shirt. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, how is this possible? Because then he'll be standing next to like somebody whose costuming does look good. So you're like, who thought that the t-shirt tunic was a good idea?
Right.
Like, I just don't understand. So
it does not.
the
make
tunics were
sense.
distracting at some points for sure. And then I also think that Hercules' spray tan and his hair was distracting at parts.
Okay. Question. We've all seen The Last Duel.
Yes.
Whose hair is worse?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
So The Last Duel, their hair were like the hair in that.
It was pretty bad.
It
It was
bad.
ridiculous, but it was on purpose. I think
Yeah, it was.
they were designed to look that silly.
Yeah.
Do you think this hair was designed to look like this? Like, do you
No,
think if
Everything about this
Iphicles-
movie was made to be like super serious.
so?
This movie's whole vibe, you can just tell it was made to be
So
fucking
I will-
like this movie's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. Everything needs to be serious.
So I will say that The Last Duel actually has better hair in that case because they did it on
Yeah.
purpose.
There's intention behind it, yeah.
I was going to say that the movie is more distracting in this movie, but that's not true. It's equally as distracting in The Last Duel.
Oh yeah, it is.
So, yeah, I mean, bad hair on purpose is distracting, and bad hair on accident is distracting.
Yes.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
And the one guy is even worse. I mean, Hercules is bad because it seems like it goes blonde at a certain point in the movie, but like terribly blonde.
Yeah.
Like it's like patchy blonde. And then his brother's is just bad from the start.
Iphicles, yeah, no,
Yeah.
his hair,
That hair is awful.
it's just a bad hair. Also, I felt like he was trying to get like his best Joaquin Phoenix vibe going.
I thought that too.
Like a
Did
lot of
Gladiator
ti-
come out before this? Yeah, probably.
Probably like 10 years.
Well, I don't know.
That's true. You just watched Gladiator
I just saw it.
in last year.
So yeah,
Oh.
so he totally. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely getting some Joaquin vibes. Not a good thing if you can't pull it off.
Yeah,
You can't pull it off.
I agree.
So Hercules is in love with Hebe,
Mm-hmm.
but he may or may not have stolen her maidenness.
It's up for
maidenhood?
debate.
It's up for debate. He
definitely
definitely
did.
did. I don't think that little fort was a new fort. I think that sex fort had been there
That
for
was
a while.
definitely- Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because my note was like, do you think he built it before he like was told her that he was alive or after?
Both.
Like it's just so
Why didn't we
ridiculous.
have a montage of the sex fort being built?
Just you see Hercules like
Like a
this wood,
super serious scene of him like gathering wood and like.
finding like nice
building
sheer items.
Oh my god.
But yeah, his brother is pissed off at him,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so they send Hercules off to war.
Yeah, but like at a certain point, you're like, okay, this love story is like, at least for me, is like a subplot, right? Like that's not possibly going to be the whole plot.
That
And
can't be the main.
That can't be the main
plot.
plot. And then
Then-
they get to the point where it's like him and the like general or captain
Satyrus.
or whatever, Satyrus. Yeah, like all of the men have died and they're tied up in the middle of the night, and he's talking about like his wedding and you could be like my best man. And I was like, oh dear God.
No. The guest of honor.
Yeah. Oh
Not
dear
even the
God, it's
best man.
really just a love story. Like that's what we're going for. Cause he's like, I gotta
Right.
get back to her and yada yada. I was like, oh no. And that's not very far
Oh,
in.
sweet summer child.
Yeah,
No.
right when I was starting to be like, damn it.
Well, it was right in the beginning when they were trying to introduce all the characters,
Mhm.
and that just felt really weird to me because it was just like scene cut, scene cut, scene
Dude,
cut.
the
It was like
cuts were
super
weird.
fast. It was
Mhm.
really bad. Like in the very beginning, I didn't know what was going on because didn't know what I was supposed to know. I don't know. It was weird. Like they were trying to introduce the characters, but it was almost like the movie was filmed and they were like, how do I salvage this?
I feel
And so
like
they just made a bunch of random cuts. I don't know.
I feel like Hercules is probably, of all of Zeus's random offspring, is probably the hardest to make a film out of in this day, because everybody has their predetermined, pre-knowledge. They have knowledge from the Disney movie, and everybody takes that as that is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You can go with some other ones, and not everybody knows the other people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people think Hercules fought Medusa. He did not. I even think that at times. And Sam schools me.
I don't school you.
She schools me.
Just look at you disappointed.
Yeah. She knows her Greek shit, man.
Not that well. Not anymore. It's been years. It's been
ages. But yeah, they get swarmed by cool helmet Egyptian guy who I didn't realize that Hercules would have ever been in Egypt at any point.
That's not that weird to me.
It's not.
Because one of the cities that they constantly fight with is Carthage, which I believe is in Africa. It might be in Egypt.
Well, also if you think of Cleopatra.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's like a Carthage sideline, and Dido is one of the goddesses, and I think she's from Carthage. So it's not that weird to me that that would happen because having that knowledge, but it seems odd for Hercules because it's I mean, I guess I just don't know that much.
Carthage is so far from Egypt.
Oh, where
it's
is
in Tunisia.
I don't know where Tunisia is. Oh, but see, that makes sense because it's right at the top of Africa.
Yeah, it's at the top. Actually, Africa. I mean, Egypt is closer than Carthage. Funny enough.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
But it makes sense of why you just got to sail across the sea, basically.
Yeah. So the I will say the helmets on the Egyptian warriors were kind of cool. They had some Anubis looking helmets. I don't know if it fit the story.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they were cool helmets.
I didn't even think about the Anubis part of it. I was just why are there helmets?
Why is it a jackal?
It just looked like they made it to for this. It's one of those things that Tim was saying where it's it's gonna be really cool if we make their helmets look like this. I can just see somebody doing that.
What did so they hold up Hercules' helmet and they're like, this is the prince's helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the prince? I'm like, so they're holding it up next to another one. They look the same to me.
I know. I thought that too.
It's had a little bit different styling on but otherwise, yeah, they're pretty.
But as a random Egyptian, even if you're the head, I feel like you wouldn't know that this is.
They wouldn't notice. Yeah.
Yeah. They might notice. Oh, this is different. Why is this one different? Who's the captain here? You're the captain. How did you survive?
Right.
Oh.
Then they're sold into slavery. Then we try and be Gladiator version 2.
Yeah, and we assembled the 6 greatest fighters in all of Greece, right?
The most anticlimactic.
Of course, they all have different fucking weapons.
Yeah.
Dude, the lady with the net and the and the nice little pitchfork.
Shit.
She got punched in the face right off the bat.
He didn't kill her though. Did you notice that?
No.
He doesn't kill her. At first I thought he did the spear into her, but she's still laying there rolling around.
Oh.
He just pinned her down with it.
That's funny.
Oh, I did notice that. It's yeah. Because I was oh, okay.
That was I was kind of excited for that fight scene. Because I was okay, 6v1, let's see what happens. Because I would say I enjoyed the 2v2 fight. I thought it was funny enough, or
it was whatever.
It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but they did flips and shit. So I was okay, you can keep my attention. But that was 3 times the length of the 6 versus 1.
Yeah, it was over in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's odd because so that was longer, right? And then if you skip ahead when he fights his stepdad, so his stepdad is a better warrior than all of those Greek fighters because that goes on forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're wait, this is really confusing.
Also, does their throne room just have random weapons everywhere? Different weapons. Let me just show you this weapon and that
Yeah,
weapon.
they probably would just have like,
I know
you know,
that
but
at that
that's
time
more
way more likely.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the fact that he was able to go against Hercules for so long in general,
After he got his strength.
after he got his strength, was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we just watched him use a storm whip or whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
We saw him rip down he was in like a St. Andrews cross formation and he rips down the columns and is flinging them at people.
Yeah, this whole movie is him just whipping shit around. Changed my mind.
Yeah.
No, I will. It is just a prequel to Twilight.
There's that too. Or besides whipping shit, he is jumping in the air with his mouth completely open, ready to stab you. Like those are his two moves: whip or going to take you down that way. Or yes, it's a prequel to Twilight in the woods.
It definitely is because Rosaline is also a blonde.
Mm-hmm.
And Heidi is a blonde. And Eternal Youth?
Yes.
Is she just a vampire?
And in Twilight, they make jokes about how they have sex in the woods.
Twilight prequel here. Theories are out. No, it's just funny because like his character in Twilight, his special ability is he's very strong.
Mm-hmm.
That's his
Story.
ability.
That's his ability.
She's very
Wow.
pretty.
Wow.
That's her ability.
Wow.
So did you guys like any of the whips, or were you just like
No.
5 shades of over it by the time you were seeing
Any
them?
bit of his strength or whatever was just
Cringe.
awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super cringe. Like, I don't even know how. Yeah.
You know how.
Yeah, I can't,
You know how.
I don't know how to insult it. That's how bad it was.
You know how. So, okay. I'm going to send you a picture here in a second, Tim, of the most amazing random extra that I found in this film.
Oh, yes.
So I sent it in our Discord chat.
This was my favorite part of the movie.
So they're just going through it, and I noticed this guy holding 2 axes.
Yeah, I see that.
Like everybody's got a shield and spear, and then there's this dude holding 2 axes at breast level.
Mm-hmm.
He's just standing there. He's like quite literally. A lot of their. I noticed a little bit that just how people were standing and like holding stuff. You could tell we're just stand there and hold shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not only is he like when they pan across like all of it, they go onto like a close-up scene of Hercules, and in the background is Double Axe Guy.
Yeah, he's like right off his shoulder. It's like prime viewing. I was like, oh my God.
We were watching.
Amazing.
We were watching. I'm like, time out. Is that guy just holding 2 axes? Like, why? Like, what happened there? So we rolled back and we watched it, and I had to pause it.
Yeah, our theory is that it was like, okay, everybody, like, we're going to line up and do this shot. Like,
Everybody grab some weapons.
grab some weapons. And then the guy ended up with 2 axes because it was the only stuff left. Like, would that shock you? It seems like something for this movie.
Yeah, no, it's quite literally.
It's just, I don't know. It's the way he's holding them.
Yeah.
It is part of that.
I
He's
know.
just standing there.
And you're like, oh, Adam, you paused the screen right when he's holding it. No, that's the position. Like, he holds that the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wouldn't drop your arms. Like,
No, he
at
was
the ready.
Yeah, just in case. Oh, man.
If I remember, I
He
will
looks so
post it on
uncomfortable.
Instagram.
Yeah.
If I remember. That's a hard one.
That should have been the cover poster of this movie.
Should I just make it the cover poster of our episode?
Yeah, just the shot where it's like Hercules and it's off to his shoulder.
Onto the right.
Double-axe guy.
Oh shit, we gotta scrub this guy. He's not allowed in this film. No.
Featuring Kellen Lutz and Double Axe Guy.
I don't know why. Like, I don't even know how I saw it in the first place.
Yeah.
So even looking at this picture, I don't know about you guys, but like
I'll pull it up, Sam, so you can see it.
I hate when movies are filmed like this, where it's like it's basically filmed in a way so you can't tell that everything they have there is plastic.
Oh, they make it kind of like
saturated and like because even like the dark scenes and stuff, they're super fucking dark.
Yeah.
And like
makes it easier, man.
the highlights are weird, and so it's just I really hate and this movie is just entirely that. And even like 300 has some of that, but
oh yeah,
it's done tastefully. This type of movie, there's a lot of movies that are filmed like this where you notice it too much, and it's so irritating. Really hated that, and I just thought that kind of stood out right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Very clearly, those look like rubber to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
And I would say that, like, for this movie, it was like too much CGI. Is that a thing? Like, it's not even that it was done poorly. Just
no,
that,
it was.
like,
that lion.
Okay, yeah, but like I've seen worse.
Zombies is not a good fair comparison.
That's true.
That was straight to video. This movie had a $70 million budget.
That's true. Let's start. Yeah, but I know I've bitched about this before where you're like, you had this budget and this is what you did with it.
No.
Anyway.
This came out in 2014, though. They had the technology.
I have bitched about that, too, because Lord of the Rings. So I just sound like a broken record. But I was going to say, like, I have definitely seen worse. And it's not zombies. Like, yes, zombies, but I'm sure there's more. But it just felt like it was over. Like we didn't need it to be CGI'd. You could have had, especially like the first couple scenes, like you could have had something, because all they were doing was they were like panning through a city with like a couple people in the shot every once in a while. I'm like, you didn't need to animate all of that. Like you could have built some sets for sure.
There is a scene where they're going over a bridge, and it's like they do silhouettes of the troops running over a bridge.
Okay.
And it's all CGI.
Like, why? I don't get it.
They were like, shit, we need more movie.
Probably.
The movie is 99 minutes. It's not a long film.
It felt a lot longer than that.
It felt so long.
It's like it's 99. Like I was telling Sam, hey, it's less than 100. She's like, so it's like 2 hours, right? Because this is gonna feel like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and it did, because at one point I was like, I literally, like, I have to get up. It was one of those movies, and I was like, we gotta pause it. I have to get up, and we paused it, and there's still like fucking 30 minutes left. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I was messing with her. I was like, it's gonna be 45.
Oh my god, I would have died.
What did you think of okay, so we basically talked about how King Spray-On Beard which
Quite literally.
dude, what was like his beard was so like I've seen beards can be thick, but they don't look like that.
Well,
No, you could see at times where it was like kind of not attached to his chin.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, because it was bothering me.
well, there's even like Hercules, like they do like a spray on facial hair sort
Yeah,
of
they
situation,
do.
because like when you first see
It's
him
like
in the
five
woods,
bucks,
you're
yeah.
like, what? And then he gets in
Yeah.
the water and he comes out and he looks not like that, and you're like,
Right.
wait, what is happening?
What is happening?
So maybe
is
they just didn't
90%
have
of
the
this film.
budget for
No, they did. I don't know where the budget went.
to the axe guy.
The dual axe
obviously.
guy.
He's the best
He was
looking guy.
$69 million worth.
It was all of it. That's.
This is what
Oh my-
$69 million looks like, folks.
Yeah, baby. Just hold him. Just hold the axes. Oh, look at that.
I just wonder.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like how often people have noticed him too. Like we can't be the first. This movie made $61.3 million in the box office.
People saw this movie.
People
apparently.
saw this movie.
I also wonder, like, okay, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but like, did the Dwayne The Rock Johnson version do better, and did people get them mixed up somehow? And so people ended up at this movie that were supposed to go to the other one?
So I will say I mixed them up because there's a certain scene from the Rock's version where because Ian McShane's in it.
I don't know who that is.
Game of okay.
Oh, wait, the guy from John Wick?
Yeah. The guy
Okay.
from John Wick. He's like he runs the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
That guy too.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where he stands in a cross, like as a cross. Thousands of arrows are raining down upon him.
Oh.
And they all miss him. And he just kind of like looks around like John Travolta walking into the room.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, maybe I'll see that. Nope, wrong one. But let me look if the other Hercules movie did better. Hercules. That one, okay. This one.
I would imagine it did better.
All right. It's going to be funnier because it is 1 minute shorter.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It is 98 minutes. And it made, the budget for that one was $100 million.
Ooh.
The box office was $244 million.
Yeah, people definitely got confused and ended up at this one. That's my new theory.
That's your new theory?
Yeah.
So that one came out in July. This one came out in January. So.
Oh, nope.
No.
Damn it.
Came out 6 months before.
I wonder if that version has double axe guy.
Probably not. But they got Ian McShane, so.
They got double axe guy. He's just not front and center.
All right. Petition to get double axe guy in all movies, even if it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So what city were they from?
Argos.
Wait, how'd you say it?
Tiers.
Yeah,
right?
it was like Tyrants.
Argus is the ones they attacked.
Argos.
Yeah, something like that.
Sam-
Tiers or whatever was the one they were from.
Oh.
Yeah, Tyrion, because his name is King Amphitryon. His name has the city.
Amphibious.
Amphibian. King Aquaman.
Yes.
King Aquaman.
So Sam was like cringing because he kept calling it Argus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in Greek, it's Argos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they got a lot of that bullshit.
Yeah,
they
I know.
It was just super irritating.
Yeah.
I know. It's like I have a couple Greek books within arm's reach. I can bring them out one day.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to today. I'm trying to think. Oh, I have set all my extra notes. I will say that apparently Kellen Lutz he would do push-ups before every scene to make sure he was looking
working
swole.
out those glamour muscles.
He's working out the glamour muscles
in real life.
in real life. In body mass alone.
Oh my god.
We just watched that episode. But yeah, I'm out of notes.
Something you said made me think of something.
Was it body mass alone?
The idea of him doing push-ups.
At one point, this movie was about saving Sortirus.
Definitely.
Oh,
That's all it was. Like a good portion of the movie was literally just Sortirus, no, and saving it
Yeah, seriously.
over and over again.
Sortirus also had a terrible haircut.
Yes.
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 Oh, also, he said 3 moons, and I assumed he meant 3. But it's just funny because it's like, well, there's a moon every night.
Yeah,
So,
like 3
did you mean
full
3
moons?
days? Or
3
3
moon
full moons?
cycles.
Or...
I think-
Yeah,
yeah,
we
I
had
was
that
like-
conversation too. We were
what
like,
are we
wait.
talking about here?
I don't think you're getting back in 3 days, man.
Yeah.
No, yeah, 3 months time.
Yeah, that's what we assumed.
Easier that way, you know?
Well, that gives him the appropriate amount of time to have gone to like fight his way out and still had a couple days to be gangsta before coming back.
A gangsta?
You know,
I know.
all the people just started loving him. I was like, that was another part of the movie I didn't understand, but it's like a typical hero's journey bullshit where it's like, oh, I'm back. I'm not actually dead. Everybody love on me and we'll be like the rebels. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just hate that whole arc of movies.
Yeah.
Sam hates every movie.
It's
That's
true.
not true.
No, it's not true.
I've seen it.
But I do hate a lot of things about movies in certain ways. And I do hate a lot of movies, apparently. That's why I watch a lot. It evens out.
Yeah, it evens out.
But what I find interesting about this is that Kellen Lutz chooses this. Well, I assume they're in charge of their IMDb or they get some sort of stay in it. That he chooses this movie as his like pick.
That or Twilight. The man does not have
Like,
much
why
to
wouldn't
his
you?
name.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, I know Twilight's a train wreck too, but why wouldn't you choose Twilight? Like, this one is not. No. Why would you want that to be what you're known for? Maybe he's still trying to get people to watch the movie. He's like, if I leave it up here, people will be like, what movie is this?
Now,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a question more for Sam because I highly doubt you've watched the show Greek. Do you see Kellen Lutz and the character Beaver looking similar?
No.
No? Okay. I do, and I don't know why.
People of the internets.
Tell me
Tell us.
why.
Maybe you could splice those two pictures together.
No,
let
I gotta
people
show Double
decide.
Axe guy. I did not get his name. I'm sorry. But Tim, you got any more notes?
No, that was it.
All right. Hercules. Shocking, I know.
Mhm.
He was in The Legend of Hercules. He is played by Kellen Lutz, who was in FBI. I didn't write Twilight. Everybody knows he's in Twilight. We've said it like 20 times.
Wait, he did another movie?
He's done, I think FBI is a TV show.
Oh.
Like, yeah, he's a special agent in FBI. And then, like, there are 3 or 4 different FBI shows.
Wait, he acts?
Yeah, he does. You know what's great and funny is Emmett's one of my, like, when I have to watch Twilight, I actually enjoy Emmett's character because he's just funny.
I thought you were going to say that his acting is good because I was like, it was
No.
horrendous in this movie. Like, he
No.
would yell and you'd be like, are you yelling right now?
I have news on that one in a minute.
Are you enraged? I can't tell.
Hebe is played by Gaia Weiss. Gaia Weiss.
Okay.
Depends on what language you're speaking. I'm sure. But she was in the Vikings TV show. King Amphetamines is played by Scott Adkins. So I thought he looked familiar, but I could not find something I've seen him in. But he's in the new movie with like Jamie Foxx and I'm blanking on the other guy's name called Day Shift. It's coming out on Netflix.
I have actually watched Day Shift.
It came out on Netflix. I am correct.
I was going to correct you, but I was like, nah, it doesn't matter.
I can't keep track. Queen Alcmene, which, by the way, I wanted to say the Queen. I feel like they could have made his brother a little bit better by showing more compassion. Like they're having like scenes where like the mother actually still likes his brother.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd family dynamic that like,
The father likes one son, the mother likes the other. That's it.
yeah, like it just felt really forced because it would be, you would expect.
I think that would have helped.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
it was just fucking weird.
it was. Iphicles, speaking of the brother, he is wait. The Queen is played by Roxanne McKee. She plays Doria in Game of Thrones.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so we're gonna go back. I want to say season 2. She teaches Daenerys Targaryen how to fuck.
Oh,
She's the other Dothraki whore, or however Frank says whore. But yeah, she ends up very safe. Let's say that. Iphicles is played by Liam Garrigan. Anyways, he plays like Arthur in, which would be King Arthur in this film. Transformers: The Last Night. Apparently, King Arthur is in that movie.
weird.
Okay. Yep.
You know, I stopped after like 2 or 3. I don't remember which. But Sotiris is played by another Liam McIntyre, and he plays Spartacus in Spartacus, the HBO TV
Interesting.
show. The director is Rennie Harlan, and he did Deep Blue Sea, which I feel like I've heard of.
Yes.
You
I love
like that
movie.
one? Okay. So Tim's got 2 movies he loves by Rennie now. But this movie won an award.
Oh God, a Razzie?
Kellen Lutz won an award for young superhero, next big young superhero actor.
How is that tied to this award or
I
this
do
movie?
not know.
What?
Yeah.
I
that's-
do not
don't-
really know. Anyways,
Is it like
But-
a Kids' Choice Award or some shit?
I believe so. Teen,
Okay.
actually.
Okay. that
It was
makes more
those
sense.
abs.
I guess.
This movie was nominated for 7 other awards, 6 of them being Razzies.
Okay, I was about to be like, hold up. I am not understanding what's going on right now.
I know worst actor, worst director, worst picture, worst editing. I think that one was in there.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely.
All right, so I'm gonna start at the top and we're gonna go down.
Okay.
Google with a 65%.
Wow, that's low for Google.
That is very low for Google. IMDb with a 4.2 out of 10. That is really low.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think Swept Away was that low.
No way.
I am pretty sure Swept Away wasn't that low.
Oh my.
The audience on Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 33%, and the critics gave it a 5%. A 5%.
Turns into a cliff real fast on those ratings.
Swept Away. Oh my God, Swept Away had a 3.6.
I was gonna say.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's
all right.
wild.
Remember this only fell short by $9 million from its production budget. So what are we thinking, team? How often are you flipping this on? And can you just get a standalone film with double axe guy?
That would be far better, I think.
So Tim, you want to start?
Sure. Yeah. So the poster from the beginning, obviously I had my feelings about that, but right in the beginning, the movie kind of had me. That first start of like the battle scene, right? I'm like, okay, maybe this is like actually good. And then it quickly turned into I was wrong. Immediately following the scene, start of the battle scene, like it was kind of cool how they filmed that a little bit. The camera coming up through and all the arrows flying around, and then they had the scene where demi-god boy, amphetamines was fighting people, and it was just bad. Yeah, I couldn't find a redeeming point in this movie. I really struggled with this one, and it just seemed to get worse. Like anytime it started to be okay, it just got fucking terrible.
What?
The lightning whip bullshit.
No.
I don't know. Like
It was
you could definitely tell it was meant for 3D.
I feel like the lightning whip in particular felt like a video game from like 2006.
So bad. It was so bad. Yeah, like when video games just I don't know.
Like when the
started.
Xbox, like you're around like the Xbox 360 transition, where like graphics were getting better, but they're still not great.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
That's it.
That was it. Yeah. Flip it off.
There we go.
100% done.
Don't want to leave the people hanging. You might have took a left
The
turn.
ferrets.
Yeah. Oh man.
How about you, Sam?
I am not flipping this on.
What? No.
I almost asked in unison if we should just all say what we were thinking, and then I was like, I don't know that I know what you guys are gonna say, so I'm not gonna suggest that, just in case. Leave it up for surprise. Yeah, I mean, I would say that like at the beginning, I was like, this is horrible, and then I too had my interest peaked at one point, and then it quickly was like, oh yeah, this is horrible. And it doesn't get better. I agree that it gets worse for sure.
Mhm.
To the point that I was like, I can't do this.
You needed it to be paused.
I need it to be paused. I need to like gather my life back together before I finish this out. Which is interesting because I feel like we haven't had one this bad in a while, at least from my perspective.
Well, there have been movies that we haven't necessarily enjoyed, like
but
not
like
Orange,
a train wreck.
But a Clockwork Orange, like you can be like, well, it was like done cinematically.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, like I can't remember the last film that I was like, this is a hard train wreck. And this is one
train
of
wreck.
those.
I would agree. We haven't seen any wrecks recently.
Yeah, Adam.
So we could have said it in unison.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, no, this movie was not great.
Hot
No.
garbage.
We didn't even talk about how Hebe fucking survived. Like she gets stabbed at the end, which looks like she was stabbed in the heart.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So I got a whole thing on that.
Okay,
Do it.
before
I
I
totally
finish my
forgot
stuff,
about that.
I did too.
So she stabbed herself with that dagger through herself and into the other guy. Fine, whatever. It shows like at first I didn't think the blade was that long with where he was holding it.
Exactly.
And then when she stabs it through herself, it's much longer than what it looked like he was, And I was like, okay. And then it showed a scene where it was like in her upper shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I'm dying. And I was like, no, you're not. It's like that's probably one of the best places you can get hurt. It's like
Well, that's what I
in
was
your
saying.
upper
Yeah.
shoulder, because there's nothing, no arteries. There's not like no major arteries. There's like, I mean,
Worst
you're
case,
not
you're
hitting
losing an
anything
arm.
vital. Yeah, like, and I was like, she's not dying. And then it goes back, and the knife moves to like lower down to where her heart is, and I'm like, oh, she dead. Like she probably wouldn't be, moving anymore. And then she's alive later on. I'm like, all right,
This is a roller coaster, folks.
Yeah. Like,
I
this
was
is just
confused
trash.
too. Because I was like, why wouldn't you have stabbed yourself in the shoulder? Because I was like, you literally moved the arm. Like you could have
Right.
placed it in your shoulder rather than your heart.
Right.
Yeah, I know. We had that conversation. I was like, wait, you're actually trying to kill him. Like, why wouldn't you actively try to save yourself as well?
Right. Where's
I think I said a line like, what are we watching? Some she's like from a Shakespearean bullshit. Like, well, because like all of her lines were very eloquent.
Right.
Yeah.
The only
thing that I could think of during that scene was our flag means death, where you miss all the vital organs.
Yeah, you stab like
I was
on
like,
the left side.
Well, and I too went on the roller coaster because I was like, oh, she didn't do it right. She didn't miss all the vital organs or whatever. And then she did. And I was like, wait a minute.
I felt kind of
bamboozled.
Bamboozled, yeah.
Wait, what were you actually going to say?
I liked your word. I'm going to stick with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought she was going to die. And then they're like, and Hercules has a baby. And I'm like,
The fuck?
in what story does Hercules have a baby?
I don't know.
And why is her name
That's
not
what I was
Meg?
wondering too.
Yeah. Ew.
What? No, not the baby.
Oh,
Hebe.
okay. I was like, ew.
They could have at least named her Meg and get some continuity between Disney and this shit. Yeah, no, so I didn't like it. There were a lot of question marks on why they did stuff. The big fight scene that I expected, the 6v1, lasted about 20 seconds.
Very confused by that.
Very still confused. It's a day later. But yeah, so 3 no's. That's gonna be a no for us, dog. So we're gonna roll for the next week.
But you guys should try to find Double Axe Guy if he's on the internet.
If I remember, I'll post him.
It's worth that.
Yeah, it's like a few weeks from now, so we'll be good. I should remember, right? Right.
Sure.
Right.
Slow.
What did Sam get this week?
Mm-hmm.
It's Sam's turn to miss the boat, Tim.
Oh.
Oh.
What movie have you missed out on in life?
I have no idea.
Probably a lot.
I'm sure there are plenty, but I don't have one immediately on the top of my head, so we'll find out.
You mean you didn't have Forrest Gump lined up?
Correct.
Have you seen Forrest Gump? We could do
Whoops,
that
missed
one.
the boat. We all missed Forrest Gump.
Again. Yeah, so his name is Heracles, not Hercules.
Let the record show.